In one of my recent videos, I was asked to make a video about what cis means. The specific comment had a slur in it that I didn't like, so I'm not linking the comment, but still making a video. The Latin prefix cis means on the side of, as opposed to trans, which means across. So when we use the term cis in front of gender, it means that one's gender identity is on the side of or the same as their biological sex. Cis is not a slur, and when put in front of the term gender, it simply communicates that one's gender identity aligns with their sex assigned at birth, just as trans in front of gender communicates that one's gender identity is different than their sex assigned at birth. I know online there are a lot of strong feelings about the term cis and the term cisgender, specifically coming from women who do not want to be called cisgender. So as a cisgender woman myself, I wanted to give examples of times where I have used the term cisgender and why. So first, I have used the term cisgender when making online content where I am talking about the differences between trans and non-trans individuals to distinguish between these two groups of people. 2. As a psychologist who works with a lot of LGBTQ plus youth, if I have a patient coming in and they are transgender or non-binary, I will self-disclose that I am cisgender so they are aware that I do not have the same lived experience as them. 3. When I've been interviewed for podcasts talking about gender-affirming care or LGBTQ plus health in general, I will first identify myself as cisgender so the listener knows that I do not have lived experience as a trans person. And second, when talking about health disparities, health outcomes, or research that distinguishes the differences between trans and non-trans individuals, I will use the term cisgender. Fourth, similar to my podcast interviews, when I give presentations at the hospital I work at on LGBTQ plus health and health disparities, I will once again identify myself as cisgender so the audience knows that I do not have lived experience as a trans person. And second, I will talk about the research and use the terms cisgender and transgender to distinguish between the two groups of people. The only other time I think I have repeatedly used the term cisgender is when talking about myself or my husband, our relationship being cishet, in specific contexts or conversations. If I am in a one-on-one conversation with someone and they specifically tell me they do not want to be referred to as cisgender, I will not call them cisgender. I also don't randomly introduce myself as cisgender if it's not relevant to the context. Most often, the term cisgender is used when having to distinguish between transgender and non-trans individuals, and is usually used to refer to a group of individuals unless someone is specifically referring to themselves.